Welcome to the Mortal Kombat Tournament. To win, you must watch and explain all 4 Mortal Kombat movies, or I'll fatality your butthole.
Oh God! Wait, watch movies? Isn't this tournament usually about ripping out people's eyeballs and then eating them or something?
The rules have changed, probably. Who knows?
All right, well I guess I'll just do the movies then.
Right out the gate, we've got insane theme music and fire and a branded logo. 2 dudes fighting with high grunts, low grunts, and bitch slaps. So we're just going for it. Woo! Pretty immediately, the older dude destroys the younger dude's ass. Oh, his ass up. Then he looks right at the camera and threatens me, I think. I am a created character in the game. It turns out this was at least partially a dream had by a hot boy named
Liu Kang.
who then receives a telegram from his grandfather that's like, hey, Liu Kang, don't panic. I know you probably have never seen a telegram in your life because this movie isn't set in the 1800s. They're sort of like printed out tweets, and I know you won't understand that either because it's 1995 and Twitter doesn't exist. And also, side note, like it becomes X at some point. Just, it's gonna be a weird few years coming up. But anyway, you remember your brother, right? Who I guess was the younger boy in the dream?
Your brother sucks.
Well, he's dead. Stop. That was the telegram. And Kang is sad about this, and hot about this, and wet about this. And now we're at a rockin' concert that's only made more awesome by dudes with shotguns just smacking random audience members. There really should be more shotgun-wielding commandos in mosh pits. They're led by Sonya Blade, who is searching for a one-eyed dude named Kano because he killed her partner. However, Kano was told by
Mr. Shang Tsung,
the guy who tore apart Kang's brother's ass, to get Sonya to follow him to a fun tournament that he's putting on.
Let's make sure she's on that boot.
Oh, and now we watch a guy not hit a bunch of other guys until it's revealed that he's on a movie set and his name is Johnny Cage.
here's Johnny.
The world at large doubts that he's even really good at fighting because movie magic, but fortunately a bro named
Master Boyd.
walks up and is like, my guy, there's a boat leaving tomorrow taking fighters to a once-in-a-generation tournament where you can prove that you're super actually good at super actual fighting.
Prove it. How?
Tournament.
Yeah, church tournament, huh?
And Johnny Cage is like, well, I guess I'm getting on that boat because I can't think of literally any other way to prove that I'm good at fighting except at a generational non-specific tournament that I've never heard of that can only be reached by boat.
How do I,
There's a boat.
Although additional thought, will there be any cameras there or any kind of tangible proof that I've participated in this tournament? Or will people just have to take my word for it? Because if it's the latter, I propose I go to hang out on Hawaii for a few weeks and then tell people I kicked a volcano to death and maybe I also fought Ezra Miller?
They'll tell the entire world that you're the real goods.
Did you want to fight? Is that the deal? Whoa, bro.
Master Boyd does not answer this question because in actuality, it was never asked. I made that part up. I'm ashamed. I'm sorry. Some things are jokes, some things are not jokes, some things are in the movie, some things are not. What a twisted web we weave.
And I can help you prove it.
Side note, forget fighting. I only work with people who've proved that they're the best in their field by winning generational boat tournaments. You think Dave is just a childhood friend who happens to still be good with the camera? No. Dave won his generation's Mortal Cinematography, sponsored by LinkedIn tournament, against a dude with 4 arms and several sexy women. I only hire the best. Join my Patreon so I can hire even more generational boat vests.
Maybe we could afford a sound guy. Shut up, these things are super hard to mix. There's so many clips.
Bite me, okay? I'm trying to make it sound good, but how do you make this sound good?
That's also the tournament I was killed in the first round, was the Mortal audio mixing.
Yeah. Right. Dave got all of his ass cheeks ripped off in that tournament.
Sorry.
Rule change. You also need to defeat Dave in Dave Realm.
What? Why is Dave Realm the only part of this that's in HD?
Come on over to where I am. His stench is inescapable. Many have fallen before it.
Oh, come on! That is disgusting!
Finish him with your hands or your mouth. Ah, the ancient weapon. The pet odor eliminator kit from Azuna, who has so graciously sponsored this year's tournament.
Amazing! I've actually used this before with my real dog, who also can't stop pooping everywhere.
Your pathetic dog's poops are nothing compared to our champion's poops. fight!
Plant-powered tea tree oil neutralizes odor at the source. Pouches last up to 90 days. Use code Dr. Jordan Breeding for 30% off at the link in the description. Nothing can withstand the odor-obliterating power of Simply Citrus, my favorite smell.
Freshality. Nice. Okay, back to the movies.
What? I just defeated your champion.
Doesn't matter. Those are the rules. Probably.
This game is very weird.
Oh no, Master Boyd was Shang Tsung in disguise. Is there something sinister about this tournament? Dave, what happens at these mortal tournaments? But before that, we travel to a temple in China housing a bunch of monks and Liu Kang, and they're like, my guy, you're the chosen one. And he's like, only one problem. I don't even care about tournaments. And everybody's like, gasp.
To save the world is not nonsense.
But then he's like, actually, I guess I do care about this tournament, and I want to go so that I can kill the guy who killed my brother. And then a Gandalf the White-looking dude named Raiden shows up.
I know.
And flips Kang and says sensei things, and there's probably a takeaway here, but I'm not sure what it could possibly be.
That's so much simpler.
Anyway, now we're at the tournament boat, which, let me tell you, is a fancy-ass boat.
This boat is a dragon. No, it's not a dragon. It's a boat,
Kang and Cage meet, and Kang throws all of Cage's shit in the water.
When the ship comes in, could you put these on board?
I threw it on the ground.
And Cage is like, dang, I hate when that happens.
Thank God I didn't ask him to park the car.
You'd think they'd fight since they're fighters, but they don't, which I guess means they're lovers?
Yeah, I pay money.
And then we our brains out.
Sonya sees Kano board the boat, so she runs so fast.
Sonya, don't get on that thing.
On board the boat, she meets Shang Tsung and says that she's just doing her job.
She's just doing her job.
But what is her job?
I'm looking for a murderer.
You'll need someone who's a professional in that.
She seems like a special forces operative, but is it her job to avenge her dead partner while looking like a 90s wet dream come to life? Because if so, I want that job, or I want to help people do that job.
When I want backup,
I'll beg for buttermilk.
I don't know. But there's a couple of other, I assume, lovers named Scorpion and Sub-Zero who have weird powers. But before they can get too frisky with the new boat recruits, Raiden blasts a bunch of lightning and is like, just so you know, I'm the protector of Earthrealm.
My dominions of
Earth, Dimension 616.
And also, yeah, so we're about to do a Mortal Kombat tournament, and what's special about this year, or generation, I suppose, is we're getting delicious catered barbecue.
When the did we get barbecue?
What? But also, there's a bunch of mean people from another realm called Outworld, and if they win 10 straight Mortal Kombat tournaments, they're allowed to conquer Earth, because fair is fair. And wouldn't you know it?
They have 1-9.
Dang it.
And if my math is correct, they only need to win one more to earn a free sandwich at Earth Arby's. But they probably won't win, because Kang, Sonya, and Cage are like super good at combating with a K. They're the cool combat commandos, or the KK.
Toasty!
And, I guess this floating skull is saying that it has begun. Okay, well, nice.
It has begun. Thank you.
But no, it hasn't begun, because they're now riding smaller dragon-headed canoes to a magic island where compasses don't work.
your watch is broken.
I threw it on the ground.
And I assume where ABC filmed one of their biggest hit shows to date.
Lost? Yes, Lost. It's good.
And I guess Cage has retrieved all of his dumped luggage, but it's still pretty slippery. Continuity. Nice. When asked, Liu Kang says he doesn't know what's going on, but he definitely does know what's going on, right? He knows about Mortal Kombat, Shang Tsung, Raiden, all of it. He's being Johnny Cagey for no reason.
What's going on? I don't know. Oh, yes. I forgot. We're fighting for the fate of the world!
One thing he'd love to know more about, though, is this sexy cave woman. And seconded, but unfortunately Shang Tsung commands an invisible gecko to not let the sexy cave woman fraternize with the humans.
Keep her away from these humans.
Why not? Zip.
Ah, dang. Later, at dinner, their meal is interrupted by a bunch of sweaty beefcakes.
Max, what do you want for dinner?
Justice.
Which usually would be a great thing, but in this instance, they just want to show off how Sub-Zero can totally kill people by throwing snowballs that turn people into shatterable popsicles. I honestly hate when sweaty beefcakes interrupt my dinner just to kill each other with snowballs.
We can't help it, it's a guy thing.
Elsewhere in the temple, Kano eats in like a sloppy, villainous Steward of Gondor way. and talks to the reigning Mortal Kombat champion, Prince Goro, who is notable for his extra arms and extra long stomach region.
Disgusting.
Hey, does that mean longer bowels and therefore longer poopies? Dave wanted to know.
That was his intention.
Shang Tsung is also there, and we learn that he enslaved souls and learned the dark arts
from the Emperor
Palpatine's hyperspace hoopla.
Tsung wants Kano to fight Sonya, but
she's not to be harmed, only humiliated.
It's all part of his master plan. Do you know? You've seen the movie. Why just humiliate her? What difference does that make?
I can't remember.
I do not
really know the answer.
Oh, and the sexy cave woman is an adopted princess to the Outworld Emperor. I know that dramatically changes everything you thought you knew, but I don't know what to tell you. This movie constantly surprises with its twisty narrative and well-defined characters and fully fleshed out sexy cave adopted princess women.
Princess Kitana is 10,000 years old.
Which is kind of what makes it so hot.
The three amigos wander the caves for a bit, trying to get at that princess, but Kang is sprayed by the gecko.
That's cum, isn't it?
I don't know.
And then they're attacked by more sweaty beefcakes. And Raiden seems to really like this.
Oh, that's good.
Also, the actor playing him is 38? Mortal Kombat takes a toll. That guy's looking rough.
I don't think so.
Side note, what are the rules of this tournament? Are you allowed to attack each other with beefcakes and snowballs before the official battles? Or are these the official battles? Are they grappling with beefcakes for no reason? Trick question. Grappling with beefcakes is a reason in and of itself.
Your sideshow freaks attack my fighters. That is expressly forbidden before the tournament.
But there's nothing I personally can do about it.
The next day, I think we get the first official fight between Kang and some dude that occasionally scares Kang with, like, growls. I really wish they tried to find some sort of way to give the characters health meters. That would have been very funny and stupid. This is just stupid. Kang wins, but Tsung is the one who eats the defeated guy's soul, which seems unfair.
Your soul is mine.
Shouldn't Kang get to eat him? What are the rules?
If I kill somebody, I want to eat that soul.
You know, not to like tip my hand too much, but I want to fight Sonya. And if I win, I'm gonna eat Sonya. Don't squint.
You can thank me later.
Speaking of, Sonya is next, and man, she does not look formidable. Bo. Anyway, she spars with Kano and kills him with a sexual awakening for many, many children of the 80s. I was not a child of the 80s, and this is the first time I'm seeing this movie, and yet I also feel awakened in some way.
That's cum, isn't it?
Dave, why don't you get over here and snap my neck real quick? I just want to see something.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
But also, have you noticed that 80s and 90s movies had a lot of scenes of female fighters and assassins killing people with their thighs? Blade Runner, GoldenEye, Tank Girl. Look, I'm not saying it was good or bad. I'm just saying I had a lot of fun in the 90s. Up next is Johnny, attacked by Scorpion in the woods.
Get over here!
Again, is this an official fight? I keep asking because the fate of Earth hangs in the balance, contingent upon who wins this tournament, and yet the rules are unbelievably opaque. That's like if I told Dave that the only way I wasn't gonna burn his house down is if he pleased me, and yet I failed to mention that the only way to please me is by snapping my neck with his big, juicy thighs. That just doesn't feel fair. He keeps trying to give me wheels of cheese, but it's not that. I need thighs to choke the life out of me.
Okay.
Sorry.
Side note, this is how I will appear at any party from now on. Anyway, they fight, and at one point Cage is sucked into a bubble to fight in another scarier area with just the fattest damn riffs. There are a lot of disjointed fight moves that happen because I guess they didn't have fight choreographers in the 90s. But eventually Scorpion's head turns into a skull that shoots fire, but it's fine because Cage has picked up a shield and he Captain America's his ass by both blocking the fire and slicing Scorpion open.
I can do this all day.
He didn't.
Fatality.
Until Scorpion explodes Because out of heartburn. I don't know. This movie's weird. Shut up. It was the 90s. We didn't explain things. We showed hot women fighting, and everything else just sort of fell into place around that. Then Kang sort of fights the hot cave chick, but she mostly keeps giving him advice like, hey bro,
if you won't fight with all of your heart, there is no hope.
Hey bro,
to win your next match, use the element which brings life.
Pay your taxes on time. If you're a sole proprietor, you gotta pay quarterly.
Remember my words.
And Tsung is like, well, this fight was embarrassing for all of us.
You disappoint me.
Isn't it Mortal Kombat? How did they fight and neither of them die?
It's like they need, you know, like an impartial body of referees to really keep this going.
Absolutely. Like, they don't explain how this tournament came to be, but you have to assume that, like, for everybody to agree that, okay, if you win a lot, you get to conquer an entire realm of existence. Yeah, like, you'd think you'd want, like, somebody just, like, really being a stickler about the rules.
Yeah. It's like if my servants fought your servants for control over your YouTube channel.
Yeah, right, which they do once a generation. But if my servants win 10 times, I get to eat you.
Okay.
So then, I guess, at some later point, Sub-Zero attacks Kang. Toasty! And then by frost charging his frozen ice crotch.
Oh, let's get ready to suck it!
But Kang notices a bucket of water. You know, a bucket of the element which brings life.
What's that?
Water. Why couldn't she just say water?
Yeah.
Why is it gotta be a fucking puzzle? Wait, what element brings life? Damn it!
Carbon?
Yeah. Carbon! Anyway, he throws the element which brings life at Sub-Zero, and the water turns into an ice spear thing that kills him. Caleb is dead. Sick. Let the bodies hit the floor, like so many bodies.
I didn't do fucking shit. I didn't fucking do this. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about any of this. This world's fucking so fucked up.
It's fine to show this, though, because they don't have any souls. Then briefly, Raiden attempts to groom Sonya.
If you are afraid to trust, you will lose.
Goro fights a dude and pulls literally the saddest, shittiest fatality of all time. They build it up like he's gonna rip him in half or impregnate his corpse or something, but no, he just like, finish him. What is this, Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe? Fatality! Regardless, Tsung sucks the dude's soul into his own eyeball, which is next level addiction. And Cage challenges Goro, and Tsung is like, well, technically, you're not supposed to fight him next, but actually it's fine, because the rules are bullshit anyway.
Welcome to where everything's made up and the points don't matter. Yep, just like the police department in Colombia.
Winner has to fight me next, though.
You weren't supposed to fight him now.
But man, Goro is scary. I mean, here he is crushing some sunglasses.
No! Those were $500 sunglasses, asshole.
No! You have to be super strong to crush sunglasses. You probably need extra limbs. But Cage has a plan.
I got a plan.
That's what I just said. I said that.
Specifically, he punches Goro in the dick and runs away.
Steven Seagal is cock puncher.
Oh, shit! Get the fuck out of here!
Then he tricks Goro into getting kicked off a cliff. Tsung gets mad and steals Sonya and takes her to Outworld, which feels like it would be against some kind of rules, but evidently it's not. And Kang and Cage follow, and Kang is attacked by the gecko.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is,
who crawls into the body of a weird statue and animates it.
It's just easy.
And they, you know, punch and kick and shit. Until eventually Kang does all the kicks, which kills the gecko forever and for real. Did you know that just 15 kicks can lower your life expectancy by 15% or more? Landed that gecko joke like a Kang kick.
Geico. Save even more when you...
The gecko is a reptile.
Shut the f*** up, Dave. You f***ing nerd. Also, Cage does literally nothing to assist in this fight for some reason. He's out back like smoking a cigarette like, whoa, shit. Are you done? Oh, hey, look, here's Cave Chick. And she's like, so Outworld used to not suck as much as it does right now. But anyway, they lost 10 Mortal Kombats in a row, and the now Emperor from some unnamed third realm came in and really just Joe Biden this place. Or he Donald Trump did. Or he Obama did. Maybe Bush did. Clinton did. Definitely.
You always want to be underestimated by your adversaries.
Then he adopted her for some reason. And also, because of her history, she would prefer that if Earth wasn't also Jimmy Cartered like her homeworld.
Your worst fear.
They find Sonya glowed up like Grease's Sandy.
Tell me about it, stud.
And she's tied up, and there are druids and shit. And Sonya's like, God, why won't you accept my challenge to fight, Sonya?
I will not fight you, Shang Tsung.
Dang it. That's important for some reason. Because, I mean, you can't break the rules.
She has to accept the challenge, or there can be no final combat.
Really? He neglected to mention it.
But oops, turns out some of the druids are Kang and Cage in disguise.
They're already here.
And Cave Girl is like, the Emperor is gonna be mad that you're being treacherous.
Will you dare interfere with the tournament and betray our Emperor?
I mean, maybe.
But how? Is he breaking the rules? What are the rules?
What are the rules? What are the rules?
Kang takes off his clothes and is like, Sung, my body is available if you want to pal around. And Sung is like, tight. Let me remove my sleeves and reveal a vest that doesn't fully cover my midriff. Sung is further like, y'all better believe this is about to get crazy.
Leave us!
And they just start tearing each other's asses apart, primarily with back elbow blows. Ka-cha, ka-cha. Just lots of pressing butts, cheek against cheek, the warrior stance. After a while, Sung's special meter fills up, so he raises up a bunch of undead souls or whatever, and then Kang mostly just kills them with one hits. Then Sung turns into Kang's dead brother for a second to make Kang sad, but Kang is like, nah, bitch.
Forgive you for letting me die.
Actually, it's your fault that you died, not my fault. And I can't remember if that's true, but I'm sure it was exposition somewhere.
Chan chose his own path.
Great.
Yeah. So Sung transforms back into Belly Shirt Boy.
Oh my!
And they fight until Kang double punches him.
Toasty!
Onto some spikes, releasing all those dead souls, including Kang's brother, who is like, hey, my guy, good job. Just remember, my soul is always with you. And our heroes return to Earth, where the children are just so happy that they won the tournament, fair and squarely within the rules. But then, oh, shit, the Emperor shows up to sequel hook their asses. The end!
I've come for you. Rule change. The graphics are gonna be pretty inconsistent throughout this video, because it's a challenge to do or to have done that.
You just lost the original After Effects settings, didn't you?
No, it's just the rules. We gotta follow the rules, okay?
Okay.
Think of it as hell on Earth.
Okay, so we're right back at the end of the last movie, except slightly before, and Liu Kang wanders around the temple and hugs shit like if he was blitzed on Molly, you know, at an underground rave. I've literally never been to a club, and I've done exactly 0 drugs in my life. Also, we get some quick reverbed recap action, including this little tidbit about how because they won the tournament, everything should be fine for
one more generation.
Excuse me? I was told they had to win 10 in a row in order to conquer another realm. They completely boofed this last round according to the extremely well-defined rules. So actually, they're 10 generations behind. I'm extremely sure of this.
Outlaw has a different point of view.
Oh, shit. Well, never mind then.
Well, you outlawyered me there.
Damn, outlaw your world, more like. This isn't like a punch card, I don't think.
Yeah, at the coffee shop where you get one free.
Yeah, I don't think it's like 10 eventually.
Right.
It's 10 in a row. They're like, well, next generation, we're gonna have to do it again. It's like
fucking Red Sox.
I thought our victory in Mortal Kombat closed those portals.
From a certain point of view.
I guess to be fair, how long is a generation? Isn't Cave Girl like 10,000 years old? Also, what would happen if Earth won 10 in a row? Would they have to politely be like, no thanks, we don't want your shit-ass realm? All we'd get are dark clouds and shitty jagged mountains, while Outworld would get all of our Wendy's and Disneylands. I guess I now understand why they were fighting so hard to win that tournament. I mean, I love me some Wendy's. Their burgers are square, not to mention fresh and never frozen.
Your world becomes my world.
What does Earth get out of this setup? I guess they just don't want to be conquered, but they're like, all right, you win. Our planet is poisonous. Do you want in? I'm like, Trump's like, yes, we're gonna send all the El Salvadorians. You're like, oh God.
Yeah, it's always like Chaos Realm, Dark Realm. There's not like one groovy realm.
Yeah, sex and butt stuff realm. That would have been great.
Too bad.
No time to continue thinking these intrusive thoughts, though, because it starts literally raining men. Hallelujah. Ninja men, the worst kind of men to be raining. And there are also several stupid-ass purple bad guys like Centaur Boy and Forearms Girl and Motorcycle Jumpsuit Mean Lady. It's basically all your favorite characters from the game, I assume. Fortunately, our heroes are all still here. Although I think the ninja rain severely altered the physical appearances of Sonya, Cage, and Raiden. I get it though. My hair gets all weird when it's about to rain because of the moisture in the air. So I assume that wet ninjas in the atmosphere, they probably do weird things to your faces. It's like even more so. I mean, that's just science. Ninja science. The best kind of science that there is. Thankfully, Kang and Cave Girl are both still as sexy as Dave remembers. But this is why I'm always saying we need to devote more ninja science research to the harmful effects of ninja rain because, you know, what if Cave Girl got less hot? We can't have that. I will literally kill myself.
Not Cave Girl.
Not Cave Girl!
Each of you must grow
Sexier than ever.
But before that, we should focus on how the Emperor of Outworld here, Shao Kahn, is about to go biblical on everybody's buttholes.
The earth was created in 6 days, so too shall it be destroyed.
Jesus.
That's a pretty aggressive timetable. I hope he intends to rest on the 7th day and just veg out, you know? Now, everybody's like, this is crazy. We won the tournament, fair and square. But as Dave always says about women sitting with their legs crossed.
What closes can also open again.
No, thank you.
That's Dave. That's what Dave said. That's a quote.
Inspirational quote?
it's on a poster in his room. In this instance, though, they're referring to portals that will merge Outworld and Earth realm, I guess. Oh, shit. Cave Girl's mom is alive?
What a hot mommy.
Sorry, it's hard to talk so far apart. Can we do a bunch of backflips towards each other so we can speak at a more comfortable volume? Hey, we're gonna conquer your ass. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't hear.
I'm supposed to start entering Zoom calls that way.
Yeah, can you come closer to the camera? Can I? Don't worry, I'm sure it will be super easy for the VFX guys to key out the background without also making your limbs disappear. Oh, no? Too tough? Sonya gets whipped and dragged, and then Johnny Fake gets punched and grabbed. And Raiden's like, if you hurt Johnny, I will kill all of your generals.
Because Earth does not bend to the will of tyrants.
Hell yeah! Which, I mean, if you have the power to do that, you should probably just do it.
Trade me for Johnny Cage.
And Raiden's like, okay, I trust you. And he lowers his energy bomb or whatever.
Oh no, he died.
Oh, shit. Cage's neck snaps like a twig. And goodbye, new Johnny. We hardly knew ya. Literally, who is this guy? I don't know. But Raiden gets blasted.
It has begun!
It sure has. And before Cage ever got the chance to tell all the haters back home that actually he's a super good fighter because he did okay at some island tournament somewhere. Now the only thing anybody will remember about Cage is how he claimed he was good at fighting, then disappeared for a week, and then showed up again with his neck snapped like a twig. His legacy is ruined.
Think of it as hell on Earth.
I'm not a bad fighter. Snap. Well. But hey, silver lining, now that he's dead, DVDs of his old movies are gonna sell like crazy. I mean, his manager is gonna make so much money, he's gonna have to build a separate mansion for all of the cocaine he's gonna have. Then our heroes bravely run away. Now, you might be wondering how Khan is able to do all this despite, you know, the Earth people winning the tournament.
Obviously, Khan has cheated and broken the rules.
Actually, that's not super obvious to me because nothing makes sense.
How could the Elder Gods allow this?
I do not know.
Okay, it's at least somewhat reassuring that Raiden also doesn't know the rules or how they work. Amazing world building. Never give audiences too much. Make them work and figure out the lore for themselves, those lazy butts. Or maybe this will lead to a thorough review of how these tournaments are run, because at the moment, this is some shoddy NFL ass, let Patrick Mahomes win every game type officiating.
The rules say the Earth is safe for another generation.
Maybe not.
But until then, here's the plan, such as it is. Raiden's powers don't work in Outworld, convenient, so the more Earth becomes Outworldian, the weaker and and more like an entirely different actor he'll become. Quick, get him to a Wendy's or Disneyland to slow the process down. That's as Earth as it gets.
Wendy's Baconator.
The key to all of this.
But subsequently, everybody else needs to be stronger and suck less ass.
You beat a great sorcerer to win the tournament, but you are no match for...
You will die.
To that end, Raiden will go talk to the Elder Gods.
You are granted 3 questions.
The first must be...
Hey man, what this shit, man? No fair. Why? And Sonya will go look for her other partner, Jax, because the only way she can get stronger is by having a man fight for her. This is the main reason why my wife married me, in case she ever has to fight in a Mortal Kombat tournament. Her plan is to run away while some terrible CGI blob rips out my spinal cord. We'll see if it works.
I mean, do you guys often get in a situation where you're...
Once a generation.
Once a generation. It's like, sorry, we gotta go fight on Kung Fu Island.
Oh my God, again? And then Kang and Cave Girl will go look for a dude named Nightwolf, because he might know a secret to defeating Khan, maybe. Now, I know what you're thinking. How will they be able to get to all of these distant locations in a safe and timely manner? Well, you'll be pleased to know that they've actually got access to a few big-ass hamster balls.
You can travel to anywhere on Earth in mere hours.
So, like, they're fast, but they're not, like, crazy fast, you know? If it was a few minutes, that wouldn't be believable. But a man-sized ball rolling around lava needing a few hours to get from place to place? I can believe that.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, Dad! It's like, wow, those balls are believably fast.
These balls go as fast as a commercial airplane.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Is there a toilet in the balls? Is there...
Yeah, just piss going... These are magic, right? Just make them a little bit faster.
You'll be moving so fast, it'll be as though you're not moving at all.
But what do you think people do to pass the time for a few hours while in one of those? I mean, I get bored after 15 minutes without looking at my phone. You think people ever hook up in the stomach-churning, vomit-inducing hamster balls while in motion? Okay, so it's not piss that's spraying. It's genital juices.
It's all, yeah, and then the one guy just trying to keep to himself who brought a book to the ball. You're like, what is happening?
And then a guy just like waiting at the stop. It's like if the subway train whizzes by and you just get blasted with jizz. Can't wait. Oh, okay, maybe. They're apparently very sexy inside. The balls are. So Kang and Cave Girl sniff each other, and I can practically smell the hormones from here. I think something's happening between these two.
It is glorious!
Right, okay, well, that's Khan without a mask, and he's chatting with his dad, who is not the Emperor, I guess, and they flip and float closer to each other to chat at a more comfortable volume, and the dad is like, we gotta hurry, because we definitely cheated, so.
I have broken the sacred rules to keep the portals open.
But it's a speed thing? If you cheat fast, nobody's gonna catch you?
Get ahead of it, just flood them with cheats.
Do not underestimate the power of the human spirit.
Enough of that. Cave Girl and Kang's tongues are about to do some serious combat. Oh shit, a smoke ninja robot attacks. He's scary because he has chest missiles and he occasionally fires for Kang to dodge, although like big deal. Have you seen Dave's nipples? They're almost equally big and hard to dodge. They'll like, you're like, ah, ah.
My nipples look like milk duds.
And anyway, it's okay because a flying Sub-Zero sort of awkwardly floats by and explodes the smoke ninja robot to death. Again, I could see how this might be confusing since Sub-Zero definitely died in the tournament, but actually this Sub-Zero is his shitty brother. And yes, Cave Girl calls him literally,
we have a common enemy, Sub-Zero.
That's my brother's name.
Their parents weren't very creative. They're like, Sub-Zero, dude? That's a sick name, dude. We should name every kid that we have Sub-Zero. It's never gonna get any better than that. We should have a lot of kids and name them all Sub-Zero.
Let's hope you succeed.
It's so sick and a word for boys and girls. It's not gendered. Sub-Zero is more like an idea. Join my Patreon so I can feed all 3 of my children. Sub-Zero, Sub-Zero, and Calvin. I got tired of it after the second one. 3 Sub-Zeros is too many Sub-Zeros. But anyway, Sub-Zero squared is helping them because according to legend, Cave Girl is the key to stopping Khan's plot. But why would Sub-Zero want to stop Khan's plot? I thought they were on the same side generally. Oh well, it'd be rude to not accept Sub-Zero's gift of this fairly short ice bridge, bridging a chasm that every character in this series could easily flip over. But before they can walk or flip, Scorpion's brother Maybe?
Get over here!
Scorpion's also dead, but he shows up and he kidnaps Cave Girl, which just proves how much ass Kang sucks, even though 95% of the Scorpion fight is between him and Sub-Zero. But I guess Kang needs to train more, for sure. And look, there he goes, he just flips over the gap. Why did he make him a bridge? He didn't need a bridge. Thanks, flips over it.
Thanks for the cool bridge, I'm just gonna
jump. It's actually a lot more efficient. I might slip. Not a very safe bridge.
This is an OSHA safety hazard.
Yeah, it's like there are always signs that say the bridge might have ice. But if the bridge is ice, your car is crashing. You're falling off that bridge.
Killed more people than any of these ninjas did.
Yeah.
Get off my bridge.
Meanwhile, Raiden drops Sonya off in Hawaii realm because he didn't trust her to find it herself, I guess. Women do have a terrible sense of direction. According to my racist uncle Jarnold, he's like, I hope Raiden's taking her to where she's going because she'll get lost.
You'll take the same track back and turn where I showed you.
Sonya wanders inside an abandoned medical facility to discover Jax just passed out on a table.
What the hell have you done to yourself this time?
Oh, right. And also his arms are made of metal. Well, hold on. This is a little bit of a spoiler. They're not made of metal. They have metal on top of them. He's essentially wearing gloves, which doesn't seem like it would require a medical procedure where you're fully unconscious, but they're like big gloves. And they're hard gloves. Things could go wrong when you're putting on those gloves because they're so big and they're so hard. It's best to play it safe to knock you unconscious while we put these gloves on your hands. Ouch!
Oh, it pinched me.
Yeah, ooh.
It's cold.
Wish I had these babies back in high school.
Why? What would you do with murder gloves in high school? Where did you go to high school? What happened to you in high school? God, I would have gotten so many A's if I punched teachers through the ceiling.
You've got a real confidence problem. Do you know that?
Oh, shit. There's an extermination squad here.
Extermination squad?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's not all. Another yellower smoke robot ninja is also here, and he shoots different things out of his holes. This movie has so many creative characters. There's another Sub-Zero, Smoker but different color and with different things in holes, metal glove guy, Scorpion again. I mean, the creativity, it never ends.
What the hell is that? That I love. I absolutely love.
Fortunately, Sonya blows different colored Smoker to death, which causes his insignia to fly away.
I can't explain it.
And then he self-destructs from the shade.
Does this mean what I think it
Sonya is suddenly attacked by a hot pink ninja, both in color and attractiveness. Like she's wearing hot and in pink. Hot pink, really. I guess you could just as easily say that she's a hot pink ninja. The best kind of ninja, according to Ninja Science.
Use your imagination.
Use my imagination.
Say what you want about this movie, but it features the entire ninja spectrum from worst to best. The worst is Rain. The best is hot pink ninjas. That's the spectrum of ninja. Good day. Video ends. Anyway, Sonya kicks her to death, which damn it. And then her tattoo flies away, though she doesn't self-destruct because she knows that she's leaving behind a hot corpse. And originally what we wrote was that she wanted to give Dave something to look at, but I felt weird. Then a rock comes to life and is punched to death by Jax, who then takes this opportunity to shoot his shot.
But you do look good in mud.
Then they kind of run away from bad guys who aren't yet in flipping distance, but definitely might be soon. Elsewhere,
You are my new general queen.
which is a total Nepo hire, right? I guess I just assumed Outworld was a meritocracy, but whatever. I guess it does work a lot like Earthrealm. The shittiest person gets to be in charge.
Tradition that crosses a realm.
Unless anyone else has a different point of view.
Elsewhere, Raiden talks to the gods, and they're like, per usual, you get 3 questions. Because that's how gods work. Well, kind of like genies. And he's like, okay, 1, why did you let them cheat?
We do not control the destiny of man.
So has nobody been enforcing these rules for the past bajillion generations? Is this the first time that anybody has actually called their bluff? You're telling me that all this time, we could have entered a monster truck with a bazooka strapped to it into the tournament, and no one would have said shit because these tournaments have no judges?
You are correct.
2, You're just gonna let this happen?
Katana is the key to closing Khan's portals.
That's not really an answer to my question, but okay, good to know that Cave Girl is actually named Katana. I guess my final question is, how can I know the portals will stay closed?
Only when Shao Kahn is destroyed will the future be safe.
Well, great. Personally, I probably would have asked for the recipe for horsey sauce so I could ban all those ingredients, but we all have our priorities. Regardless, this has been so informative. Are you guys gonna be upset if I become an atheist after this? You guys don't really seem worth believing in, if you don't mind me saying so. You don't even do anything. Kang is now in the desert. Trip! Wolf attack! Ah! Actually, it's just a dude.
Pretty cool, huh? It's my animality.
My animality is that sometimes I run up the stairs on all fours. It's like so much more efficient.
Pretty cool.
Anyway, he's gonna train Kang how to transform into an animal, which he'll need, because even though he just won the tournament as a regular dude.
The tournament had rules. This time anything goes.
Fingers and butts, dicks and butts.
Pretty cool, huh?
That's actually always been true, as far as I can tell. But sure, Kang, go ahead and try to pass 3 tests, the first of which is courage, which requires being asleep and having a sick-ass dream sequence. He wakes up and crawls around in some cold snow towards some hot legs.
I'm Jade.
She's all over him, and boy.
This is almost too good to be true.
But it is true. Shoot your shot, Kang.
My heart belongs to another.
All right. The truest thing here is his love for Katana. I mean, they shared a super fast hamster ball while smelling each other. Do you think that Kang even knows her real name, by the way? We only learned it recently, and Kang wasn't even there for it. But as Dave always says, the names mean nothing. The smelling is all that matters. And again, dolphin blowholes feel the same in the dark. I don't know if that applies here, but he won't stop saying it.
Get me to dolphin realm.
I will be the king of that realm, let me tell you what.
That is my worst fear.
So he and Jade fight just like I'm always doing with all the women I'm constantly turning down because I love the way my wife smells and how good she is at rolling balls. Test passed.
This was just another one of Nightwolf's crazy tests?
I guess that's technically 2 tests. The first one was just crawling around. But is there a 3rd test? Should we check in with the wolf boy?
We must go.
All right, okay. They quickly reunite with Sonya and Jax, although tensions are high.
Well, thanks to you, we've got Khan's extermination squads on our butt.
Flip!
Would you like to touch my penis?
Never give up hope.
Raiden's here too, looking like, well, like
It's a new look.
It's a bad look.
My powers are leaving me.
Yeah, your barber's powers too, bruh. It's not looking good. Whatever, he helps everybody to hop through the portal to Outworld so they can go save Katana. I guess she is the key, or maybe her mom is. You better smell both, just in case. Or maybe there are no keys because there are no rules, but still, you do something. We gotta do something.
I've known you 1 minute, and you dissing me already?
In Outworld, Raiden throws a lot of strikes near a few ninjas. Because I guess accuracy was one of his god powers that is waning in this world. And then Jade takes out Cave Mommy off screen by sneaking up behind her, which is great because cutting out a fight leaves more time for Oscar-worthy dialogue and acting.
After she blasted you, I surprised her from behind.
Phrasing.
Kang sneaks into Katana's room and is attacked by several ugly dudes for a while.
It's a trap, Lou. Leave.
Don't seem very worried about it.
No, I'm not.
And he wins, but then, oh God, the 4-armed girl storms in.
The date's over.
And do you think a lot of people go up to multi-armed girl at the gym and are like, who's your trainer? You have great 4 arms.
Maybe she did come in handy after all, huh?
They take Katana to her unconscious mom in the hopes that her love towards her previously dead mom will close the portals, melding Outworld and Earthrealm. Because that's freaking movies, baby. The power of love. Oh, God. The original games were about deep lore and brutal murder scenes, but this movie is what those games should have been about. The power of love.
Love?
Oh, shit. The power of love's not even working. Quick, love her harder.
Your love can break
penises. Oh, no. Twist.
You've been tricked.
Jade is a traitor. Raiden's like, oh, shit.
Gods must have lied to me.
I hate God.
What do the gods do? Besides jack shit lying, I mean. At this point, they are suspiciously similar to a bunch of CEOs. Maybe this will help make things clearer. Raiden explains that the tattoos that fly away sometimes when people die are actually temporary day passes to travel through portals, sort of like a park hopper at Disney. And people of Raiden's specific bloodline get permanent tattoos, sort of like, I assume, Walt Disney's descendants. Like, surely they all have park hopper tickets tattooed on their souls. And just like Disney's descendants, Raiden's dad is a god and also works for Nintendo. And what this means practically is that, yes,
Shao Kahn is my brother.
Raiden failed to kill him years ago and won't be able to kill him now because he's a pussy. But that doesn't mean he won't do anything.
I will pray for you all.
He is literally thoughts and prayers-ing them right now. Also, pray to who? His dad? His evil dad? The other gods who do nothing but lie and cheat and eat hot chip?
It is all that can be expected.
Also, why would he have no powers in this realm if his brother and dad do? Was he like the runt of the litter? I don't know. But he gets blasted and dies from CTE. Outworld also cut funding for CTE research. Another thing they stole from us. The humans split up to do several one-on-one duels because why? This isn't a tournament. There are no rules. Not that there were rules in the tournament, but you know what I mean. Just gang up on people, throw sand in their eyes, shiv them in the butthole tattoos. And indeed, initially, everybody mostly sucks ass. Jax especially, although then his gloves get ripped off, but he's like, I don't even need them. You don't need power gloves to punch centaurs in the dick. Should have started with that when he had the gloves. That would have shot his penis into his brain. And that dick punch is so inspiring. Everybody else also fights better. And Kang even becomes a god-awful looking dragon. But then Kang becomes a thing. And I cannot believe this was a real movie that made it into real theaters. Then they both fall down and become not CG again. Then the elder gods or whatever show up and they're like, okay, you guys, you should do a
Mortal Kombat.
As if they hadn't been doing that this whole damn time. Kang wins, naturally, so God Daddy disappears and Khan pops and Earth is restored. Also, Raiden is brought back.
Was I dead?
Honestly, I have no idea. Now he's a god too, so he can just pray to his own damn self in the future. Oh, also,
we're a family now.
So they walk away all hugging each other's shoulders while we watch literally 12 minutes of credits, which miraculously don't all say Alan Smithy.
That was the longest week of my life.
Rule change. We're gonna reboot the entire movie series.
I mean, okay, is that technically a rule change?
It is if you don't want me to fatality your butthole.
Fine. Good grief.
There's much to learn.
Now, obviously, that last movie killed the franchise and Dave's zest for lovemaking for over 2 decades. But now we're back, and we're ready to rock, baby. Dave's ready to get back into lovemaking. We're back into the Mortal Kombat franchise after a hiatus from both.
Sorry.
Anyway, right out the gates, the production logos are very animated, which is a sign of something, probably. Like maybe an overworked animator missing their kid's 3rd birthday party. And then we got a Japanese lady hoeing like crazy, but she needs buckets. So her son is like, I'll go watch my baby sister. But her husband, Hanzo, is like, I'll get you some buckets, and I'll also quietly whisper some nice things to you so nobody else around here thinks I'm gay, lol. I love you very much. I don't want anybody to hear me saying this to you.
Yeah, the guys would like totally rip on me if they heard me, but
yeah, the boys will think I'm a total puss, but I really love you and I cherish our time together.
Just don't tell the fellas.
But while Hanzo takes his entire damn life filling up those buckets with water, mommy and son hide daughter from Joe Taslim, which is so cool. It's literally freezing. That's how cool Joe is. Like, his hands are crazy cold. Do not touch my back with those hands. Instant fatality.
Your hands are freezing.
Hanzo hears screaming and god damn it, he spills the buckets. That's an hour of his life he's never gonna get back. We really should have sent basically anybody else to go get those buckets. Except my son. He sucks at buckets almost as much as boats. He's like filling it up. His whole family's getting murdered. Filling it up. Here's a scream. Chunk. Oh my God. Now you have no family and no buckets. Hanzo runs back to the house to discover that Joe Taslim definitely touched his wife and son's backs. Hanzo furiously wrecks a bunch of dudes. And it's legitimately, it's pretty sweet. He is, after all, Hiroyuki Sanada. And I hope that my pronunciation of his name Didn't get this video demonetized. After the dudes are all full wrecked, Hanzo battles Joe, who currently goes by the name Bihan! Bihan talks a bunch of shit in Chinese, but Hanzo doesn't speak Chinese. He's like, you're a little bitch. You suck butt. And Hanzo's like, what? So fight! For being Japanese, Hanzo has a very American approach to things. You come across people who don't speak your language, you gotta punch them. But Hanzo gets wrecked himself. But he isn't full dead, so he crawls towards the crying of his baby daughter. Oh, he is full dead. And also, he disappears like a video game NPC that you just blasted with a rocket launcher. Then, a lightning man that I'm gonna assume is Raiden shows up. It's hard to tell because he got DEI'd into a Japanese man. Well, we all know that Raiden is actually a rotating series of strange white dudes.
That's so much simpler.
But okay, yeah, he shoots lightning, so I think he's Raiden. Anyway, he takes the baby and electrocutes it to safety. The on-screen text says that, hey, things seem bad, but it's cool. There's a prophecy that says things won't be bad eventually, so phew. Weird question. Has there ever been a movie with a prophecy against the bad guys where the prophecy isn't fulfilled? Like even Dune's prophecy is fulfilled despite it being a fake prophecy. Statistically, we already basically know how this is gonna end, but let's just watch this whole thing anyway. Maybe the story will be on par with Romeo and Juliet.
You're serious?
Not usually, no. Romeo and Juliet tells us how it's gonna end too, but that one's a banger. Because they're like, let's make lips do what hands do. And I'm like, oh, shit. Make those lips do what your hands do. Let's go.
Close your hand. All around my mouth. Feel good?
Good.
Anyway, here's a created character named Cole Young, which is such a weird idea. Because do you know how many human characters there are in Mortal Kombat?
I figure on at least 1,000.
I assume lots. I was more of a Soul Calibur kid. Cole does underground UFC stuff, but interestingly, he kind of sucks at it. Created characters are usually trash, I guess. Cole's approached after the fight by a guy named Jax, who is like, I don't want to make this too weird, but you were shirtless during your fight. And I couldn't help but staring at your chest.
That dragon logo you got.
I want to kiss it!
And I cannot envision a single universe where anyone would take that weird. It's how Dave and I greet each other every morning because we practice positive masculinity. I'm like, your chest. Couldn't help but noticing it. You're like, and I, yours. And then we touch nipples.
Well, ain't that something?
But Cole is like, cool, well, let's go, daughter, to meet your mother so we can eat food. And I think this literally may be the dialogue from the actual movie.
All right, well, time to go eat.
Best day of the week.
Cut to villains recapping the events of the cold open.
Got late, got dark, got cold.
Hanzo is a ghost.
And limply setting stakes for no real reason.
The prophecy is upon us, which means we could lose the 10th tournament.
Oh my God!
Oh, also for literally no reason.
I am no longer Bihan. I am Sub-Zero.
Great,
yeah. Come on, guy. Never try to give yourself your own nickname. That's a dweeb move. You get your nickname the old-fashioned way, from your friends trying to emotionally hurt you by channeling their hatred of themselves at you. Hey, by the way, tiny dick bad at making money. Is the camera still in focus?
I have a mouthful, but not a bad nickname.
I don't really think you have a tiny dick and are bad at making money. I'm channeling my small penis and my lack of financial stability.
I am no longer
John C.
The Shang Tsung is like, sure, whatever, Sub-Zero, great, very cool. Just please go murder all of Earth's champions so that Earth will be forced to send, I don't know, like Mark Zuckerberg to the next Mortal Kombat tournament. Well, Sub-Zero killed everyone else. He comes in on his surfboard with his Bud Light or whatever. Oh my God, this is gonna be such a short tournament. Back to the food eating from earlier. Hey, look, it's snowing, fun.
But it's July.
Double fun. Oh no, Sub-Zero attacks with snowballs. Hard snowballs. Mike's hard snowballs? Dave, write that down. The snowballs aren't hard enough to break the windows of Jack's SUV. He's been following Cole's glistening chest like a lighthouse in the night, but still, the snowballs would probably hurt really bad if you weren't lucky enough to be sitting behind a car window. I can't get them. You have no moves beyond snowballs? The daughter, the tiny little girl, is face pressed to the glass and is like, woo! Turns out Jax also has a birthmark on his body.
What the f is that thing?
My ass.
That's impossible.
And we could touch our marks together later if you want, Cole. Although actually,
It's not a birthmark.
it means you've been chosen. So why don't you take the car and go to Indiana and meet somebody named Sonya Blade while I try and fail to shoot Sub-Zero with a shotgun and get both of my arms frozen off.
Are you sure?
I feel like there are better versions of this plan, but I mean, what if you say so?
Weirdly specific.
You go to Indiana. I'm gonna go shoot at this guy with a shotgun and get my arms frozen off. I like my part fine.
Take the truck. Get your family to safety.
I'm gonna go kill myself.
Oops, we're back to what's apparently Outworld again to be like, oh, hey, Jax is dead.
Sub-Zero tracked and killed another one of Earth's champions.
That literally just happened. I think everybody in the audience was too busy buying popcorn or masturbating each other, so I'm just making sure that they know what happened to Jax so we can have a shocking reveal later for anyone who doesn't know the character from the games or hadn't seen the damn trailer. Like, they keep cutting back to Outworld, and they're like, no, he's super dead. He's not alive. He will not return with metal arms or some shit. He's in the trailer. Everybody in the world has played the games. And also, let me just state that we're breaking the rules and like, what if Raiden finds out? Shang Tsung is like, babe.
We didn't win 9 straight tournaments by following the rules.
I don't even know why we have them, to be totally honest. Don't stress.
Melina, let's...
We will soon learn that this is literally the plot of the whole movie. Why do they pretend to have rules in these things? Why can't they just fight? We don't want to break the rules, but we're going to. And we hate when they break the rules, but we have to break the rules to fight them.
I mean, rules get kind of confusing when you get people showing up with like metal arms and like shooting lasers.
Actually, the rules are incredibly simple. You're only allowed to fight in the damn tournament. That's it. That rule is very easy to enforce. You know, there are movies made where they don't exclusively murder each other not in the ring. I just mean any boxing movie, you just remake Rocky, but the main guy's Johnny Cage or whatever. You know, he's just like down on his luck. He's been fighting in a Mortal Kombat tournament, and then he works at the beef factory or whatever he does. This is the only movie in existence where they never actually go in the freaking ring. It's based around fighting in the ring. It never does. Literally, this is our third movie. They've been in the ring one time. And even that, there's, I think, 3 total sanctioned fights that we ever see. Because the Scorpion fight, he just like appears from behind a tree. The Sub-Zero fight is also just like in a back room somewhere. The only fights that are real are Sonya killing Kano. Goro's first fight was real. And then Kang's fight with Katana.
Right.
Those are the only 3 sanctioned fights in this whole
series. Everybody who bought their like pay-per-view tickets or whatever, or like actually flew out to the tournament is like, okay, let's go. There's no fighting.
They're like, the next fight is between, oh God, he's dead. Fight's canceled. All the fights are canceled. Anyway, Cole flips into an Indiana junkyard because I guess that's how they travel even in the reboot. But he's attacked by Sonya.
Don't break my butt!
But then he's not.
I'm Sonya.
So he goes into her trailer and she expositions at him that Jax's mark appeared after he killed some dude who had the mark. Random thought, did you know that every culture mentions a tournament where people fight?
My research shows that there's realms and species that we didn't even know existed.
And like, where did you do this research, Sonya? Truth Social? Also, there's a dude tied up in here for maybe sex stuff.
I also give really good foot massages.
Named Kano. And also, there's an invisible lizard that attacks everybody. And the fight scene here is like shockingly cool. Where is he? Where is he? Eventually, Kano rips out the Thing's heart because he was freed by dripping acid, you see, and I guess they're all good buddies now. Turns out Kano has a marking himself, but Sonya doesn't, which is really embarrassing for her. And even though Kano's a dick, they need him because he knows where Raiden's temple is, and that's where they need to go. Presumably. Not sure how they came to that conclusion, other than maybe Sonya read about it on Truth Social.
Legend says champions used to train there for Mortal Kombat.
Sure, I guess.
Great, let's go.
But if indeed it's so important that they go there, could Raiden not formally invite them? Just seems like that'd be the polite thing to do. But then again, he's Japanese and he's probably heard about the American custom of not taking off shoes when visiting someone. So he's like, don't come here. You get everything dirty as shit.
No one knows where it is.
Kano's like, I don't want to take you there because I'm surly. But Sonya lies to him and offers him $3 million if he'll take him. And he's like, joke's on you.
I was gonna head there anyway. Yeah, fucking idiot.
I'm crazy. But why is he going there? What does he want to do there? What does he think is in the temple?
Anything I find inside that temple, I keep.
15 pills of ecstasy, a porno mag, a baseball bat.
Maybe he's embarrassed. He's like, oh, I was...
Yeah, he's like, I know Raiden. Raiden's my best friend. I go to his temple every weekend. I play Halo there. He's great. If you could just tell me, you just point me in the general, I mean, I know where it is. I just want to see if you know where it is.
I just, from here, India, I don't know.
Sounds like we got a deal.
But who cares? Because actually the joke is on him, because Sonia lives in a trailer, and therefore she doesn't have any money.
I live in this hole. You think I got $3 million?
And Kano, the hardened professional mercenary, asks for literally no money at all up front. But hey, also Kano has access to a plane that they hop out of somewhere in the desert. Tensions immediately run high.
Hey.
Fatality.
And Sonia considers killing Kano for his dragon tat, but that wouldn't be very honorable. Plus, she'd have to deal with a million girl with the dragon tattoo jokes, so it's that she just kicks his ass a little bit.
Nah.
Fatality.
Right around then, they meet Liu Kang, who introduces himself in fairly aggressive fashion. Hey, Liu! Fireball! My name's Liu! We've been waiting for you guys. We gotta go.
There's much to learn.
He's like watching them. It's the desert. There's like, they could see for 1 trillion miles. He just like shows up and goes, hey, I'm Liu. Been waiting for you guys, expecting you guys. Anyway, let's go.
I'm not your enemy.
Well, why didn't you say so?
But again, if you've been waiting and time is of the essence, what have you been doing? Was everybody too hard to find? I get that nobody would be looking for Sonia given the fact that she's worthless and has no tats, but still Cole/Jack/Kano would be worth looking for, right? Kano at least would be incredibly easy to find, not just because he's a well-known mercenary, but also because you could ask anybody if they've seen the most Australian man ever, and everybody would be like, oh, do you mean that guy? You mean Kano?
Fingers in butts, dicks in butts.
It's that skin off my sack.
I don't know, but they into Raiden's temple, which, okay, wait. This shot is all like, what majesty, we have arrived. But literally the entrance to the temple is hidden and at ground level. The are they looking at? They're like, oh, the temple. It's like, this looks like everything else. There's nothing here.
There it is.
Sorry, I need to focus on how to defeat Dave Realm.
The most brutal and murderous of all the realms.
Also Outworld, I guess. No, Jax is here. And his arms are looking weak. Raiden is, oh wait, he's alive. Oh my God, twist. Sorry, I forgot that was a twist. That's how crazy it was for me. That he's still alive.
Almost puked when I saw it.
Oh my God, I was like, uh-oh, I think I evacuated my bowels in this theater.
Give them time to do their work.
But anyway, Raiden is also here, and he also does the evidently customary magic blast at Kano as a way to introduce himself, which I'm just gonna say it, these guys are rude as hell. He came into your temple, he was escorted by the guy. Why are you blasting him with magic? I get that he sucks, but it literally makes no sense.
Our enemies have claimed 9 straight victories.
Well, that's no excuse.
Raiden explains the obligatory, oh God, they've won 9 tournaments, the last 10, so we definitely need to win the upcoming tournament in like 2 weeks. Oh my God. Guys, the tournament happens every generation. That's what, like 25 years? And you're just waiting until right now to start training?
The time has long passed.
You lazy rude boys deserve to lose.
Raiden's like, oh, that's next week.
Oh my God. I haven't trained anyone. I'd personally be training people like crazy after like the 3rd straight loss, like 400 years ago or whatever that is. You gotta do some self-reflection and change your approach if you want your realm to not get conquered by dudes who are cold or who have extra arms. It is funny also, it's like not only is it 2 weeks away, they've lost 9 in a row. Right. They should have spent the last 100 years being like, we don't want to put this into a game 10 situation.
It's like failing math 9 times.
Yeah.
And you're 2 weeks out from the next test and you haven't done anything.
You're like, oh, again with this?
Well, I'm willing to die for
math.
Speaking of, Sub-Zero shows up and fights with some other dude who has like a wicked cool hat. Then Tsung shows up and is like, I'm gonna kill everybody.
Their souls are mine.
Silence! And as we all know, the gods are lazy and will do nothing about this definite cheating because they never get involved in between tournament feuds. So I guess that sucks. At this point, why should we assume the gods will suddenly care about rules during the tournament? Also, what would happen in this movie if Outworld just decided to conquer Earth straight up? Would anybody stop them? I mean, other than our nukes. I guess we should have sent Oppenheimer. He would have won real quick. Hard to see how turning into a wolf or whatever will defeat a hydrogen bomb.
Powerless. Arrogant.
I don't know. But for now, Outworld can't murder everybody because Raiden puts a protective force shield around the temple.
You shall not pass!
So everybody can train unhindered. Other than, I assume, they have to deal with the fact that Sub-Zero and all his buddies are gonna be like, oh, oh, you guys are a bunch of bitches. And they're gonna be like yelling that through the shield. Be like, I can't concentrate when they're saying things. I'm never gonna get my arcana or my animalities. Sorry, spoiler alert. Arcana's the one in this one. Last one was animality. This one's Arcana. Because see, as good as literally none of the newcomers are at fighting, the only way they'll win in the super important tournament is if they unlock their nebulous Arcana power somehow. No, not you, Sonya.
And whoops.
Feel free to hang out in the cafeteria or whatever.
The training area is for the chosen ones only.
So Kano and Cole train, but they suck at it. And Jax is given tiny mechanical T-Rex arms.
Again.
So, not looking good. Wish we'd started more than 2 weeks ago.
I'm useless.
At dinner, Kang reveals he got his mark from murdering a child sex trafficker, which, hey, why do we think that guy was chosen to be an Earth champion? We got a guy who's gonna be perfect for this Earth champion. Like, is he a sex predator?
He was only training on Epstein's airplane.
He wasn't doing nothing. We know Cole was born with the mark, but everybody else got theirs by murdering somebody. But what if the trafficker guy was also born with it? Like, there was a window there where Earth was about to send this guy to defend all of human existence.
He was a purveyor of rare things.
Nutella, cheese, steaks, a Milky Way.
Children.
Which maybe explains why they've lost 9 in a row. Humans apparently suck ass at this tournament. Although Kano has some unique ideas about how to win.
Start speaking Spanish.
No, silly. That's how you would conquer Taco Bell realm. But oh my God, Kano being a little bit angry and a little bit racist made his Arcana powers develop. Nice! Finally, a movie that recognizes the good things about racists.
Better than fireballs, you pussy!
King keeps telling Cole to find his inner whatever peace or strength or horribly CGI dragon, but apparently the simpler route is to just yell about shoving things inside dudes' buttholes.
Better take that stupid f***ing sombrero you wear and shove it so far up your ass you shoot fireballs.
That seems way easier. Plus, there are so many hats to choose from. You can yell about stuffing butts with top hats or bowler hats, fedoras, trucker caps. I mean, the sky is the limit.
Yeah, start knocking off some stereotypes. See which one hits.
Yeah.
What you looking at?
Pictures of my balls, Sonya. I'm trying everything.
They're beautiful. You're a lucky man.
By the way, Cole is a Hanzo descendant, which I guess is why he's been chosen. But also, does that not mean that X number of Hanzo's previous descendants have all sucked ass at fighting and weren't invited to the last several Mortal Kombat tournaments? Or they were invited and just got a bunch of stuff shoved up their buttholes until they died and or started speaking Spanish? Or maybe they were chosen but got killed by randos like Kano and Jax? Either way, not sure that Cole's ancestry is that special. Oh, also Hanzo is in hell. It seems pretty harsh. I mean, he seemed like a nice guy, if a little at buckets. You're a descendant of Hanzo. That's why you were chosen. Okay, but we've lost 9 in a row. Did all of his descendants lose too?
Right, is this descendant thing working?
Yeah. No, we need a new bloodline. Raiden actually seems to agree.
Go! Be with your family!
Because he fires Cole's struggling, powerless ass. And a prophecy aside, if these champions are so shitty, why doesn't Tsung just defeat them in the normal way in the normal tournament? I guess it could be because it's super easy to convert Kano to their side and get him to lower the lightning shield so Tsung's dudes can come in and wreck everybody.
What are you waiting for?
Nothing, I guess.
Oh, who would have thought that the evil racist mercenary would switch sides? I kind of think Earth might deserve to be conquered. What's worth saving at this point? I guess Wendy's in Disneyland, but other than that.
You could turn this old temple into your own.
But anyway, they're inside now, and Sonya gets her ass beat so bad that the girl doesn't even think it's worth killing her.
Ah, girls can be so mean.
But fortunately, Jax's arms get Arcana strong when he mommy deadlifts a rock off of her. Kang mostly does dick all, but Cole gets attacked by Goro, who's gotten a massive juicy upgrade in the nipple area. Like, even Dave is jealous. I'm glad that they focused on getting those right for the reboot. I was really not impressed with the nipples in the last one.
See that?
Cole still mostly sucks and needs significant assistance from his wife, but his love of family helps him grow Moon Knight armor and also gives him 2 little blades that he uses to kill Goro, which seems super unfair. Goro doesn't have any blades, though I guess he could technically have a barbed penis. Technically, all the characters could have a barbed penis. We never see anybody hang dong, so, you know, It's possible.
I have seen the so-called penises.
But the thing is, if Goro knew that they were doing swords, I bet he would have brought 1 to 4 swords. I mean, maybe even 5 if he put one in his mouth. But he didn't know we were gonna do swords. So he's dead, because Cole cheated. And Raiden lightnings Cole back to the temple to be like, huh?
Thank you for helping my fighter find his arcana.
That was my plan. I knew that's what would happen. Your love of family would give you swords. That's like, okay, sure that was your plan, Rady. Sure it was.
I wasn't ready! I wasn't ready!
Oh. Anyway, Hat Guy saws a dragon girl in half and says,
flawless victory.
Evidently to himself? Who is he talking to? Who says that? But then Hat Dude gets his soul sucked out by Tsung because, oh right, he sucks souls, I guess, in an unexplained way for unexplained reasons. Then also Kang does dick all during this. So now Raiden lightnings everybody away to, I think, the void?
We are in the void.
Okay, great. I was right. Now, obviously, this is like a halfway point between Earth Realm and wherever the hell Raiden is from. And Tsung can't get there because it's like really far, maybe? And there don't appear to be any gas stations or bathrooms, so he'd probably run out of gas and he'd poop himself long before he got there, so he's not even gonna try. Thanks for bringing us here, I guess. And everybody's like, so what's the plan? And Raiden's like, don't look at me. I'm just an immortal being who's been with the tournament from the beginning and knows literally everything about it. I am of no use to you. He does also say,
the gods are forbidden from engaging in one realm's war against another.
All I'm allowed to do is train everybody and raise giant lightning shields and transport anybody anywhere at any time. And they're like, oh, on that last one, can you transport all the bad guys and us into various locations for one-on-one battles so that we can kill them all?
They don't want a tournament. Let's give them one, but let's do it our way.
Naked and afraid.
And he's like, I can't do that, but I will do it. I don't know why. Also, he hands Cole his ancestor's old hoe. No, not his wife, Dave. God, the gardening instrument. Why would you assume that?
The blood on this blade is your ancestors.
Yeah, what?
Real quick question though. If Raiden can transport anybody anywhere, why not send them one at a time to the middle of the desert to get gangbanged by the whole squad? And or just have Sonya set up with a sniper rifle a mile away and shoot them in the head as soon as they appear? Or transport them to the bottom of the ocean or the edge of the solar system or halfway inside each other's buttholes. I'm just saying, sending them to cool-ass fight arenas isn't the only choice. A lot of easier ways to do it than one-on-one fights.
Plus, they don't mind breaking the rules.
Whatever, Jax is sent to Bridge Realm to fight this hammer dude, and Cole and Kang are sent together to some random fight location to fight 2 bad guys.
Lou and I will take Melina and Cabal.
Despite the whole plan having been pitched as one-on-one scenarios, and Sonya is sent to fight Kano in the most exotic realm yet, Trailer Realm. Ooh! Jax ear claps his dude's head off, Kang kills his dude with the fire dragon, Sonya kills Kano with a guard gnome, thereby inheriting his mark, and Cole doesn't win his fight, actually. He truly sucks and doesn't win literally a single fight by himself in this entire movie. Spoiler alert. He loses the UFC fight, he loses to Sonya when trespassing, he's part of a 3-way fight on the Lizard, he loses all of his training matches, he needed his wife's help and magic swords to beat Goro, and in this fight, he's saved by Sonya's new Arcana arm guns that she instantly acquired because we don't have time for her to even hint at a character arc, okay? And so like, what the hell is the point of Cole exactly? Why make a useless, weak-ass, normal guy the hero of the movie? Is the movie trying to make the audience see ourselves in it? Is the movie quietly making fun of Mortal Kombat fans with this character? To be clear, I'm fine with that. Soul Calibur for life, baby. That game's better because you can, it's more like 3D. You can kind of like get around each other.
Ring out.
That's pretty cool.
Anyway, Cole's wife, who swears in front of their kid like way too often for my liking.
I just want to get us out of here. Another 4-armed monster showing up.
And no, my kids don't watch these videos, so I'm not being hypocritical, okay? Anyway, she and the daughter get abducted by Sub-Zero, so Cole goes to fight him in Frozen Gym Realm or whatever. And right when you think Cole might win a fight on his own, get over here. That's right. Hanzo has broken out of hell, presumably after somebody left the back door open, and apparently he's learned exactly one phrase in English. I guess if you only get one, that's a good one to get.
Would you like to touch my penis?
I also know exactly one phrase in a foreign language. I can say, I am not with this man, and have no idea how that powder got into his suitcase in Mandarin. When traveling with Dave, always be prepared. Oh, also Hanzo's changed his name to Scorpion, because I guess hell makes you kind of cringe. Scorpion. And I guess somebody already had dibs on XXX Skullmaster XXX69. He's like, you can call me Scorpion, but why would I?
I just drove here in my Ford Raptor. With the Punisher sticker on the back.
But it's like, what about being in hell made you want to change your name to frickin' Scorpion? Because I sting with my ass. Anyway, Scorpion fights Sub-Zero, the two guys with their own chosen sick-ass nicknames, while Cole fights the Ice, holding his family hostage. He's punching the mess out of that thing. And even still, it's a fight he doesn't win. So Cole switches back to helping Hanzo, and now it's a 3. And they win because Hanzo's whole thing is fire now. You know, hell, like if he'd gone to heaven, he'd probably blast you with pearls. So Sub-Zero seems dead, but are we not worried that he's gonna go to hell, learn a badass phrase in English, and then return in 400 years? Seems worth worrying about. Hanzo is like, hey, thanks for freeing me from hell. I wish my descendant wasn't such a pussy, but I'll take what I can get. Exactly how did Cole free him? By sucking so much that the devil was like, yeah, go back up there and have some more kids, because your current descendant line is just...
These are my friends.
I don't know. But oh yay, his friends are there and offering to warm up his shivering wife?
I will warm you. Meet your new daddy.
That's a good friend right there. And Raiden's again like, I can't get involved in this.
I thought you said you couldn't.
Get hard for me.
Tsung also shows up and says, by the way, just because my dudes are dead doesn't mean that they're like dead, depending on the popularity of their source characters. And Raiden is like, yeah, that makes sense. We should go find some more champions for our side too. Even though I thought the tournament was like basically tomorrow at this point.
I'll assemble a new list of champions.
But it'll be worth it because we're teasing Johnny Cage, who's like, you know, like an actor. I'm sure he'll be a huge help. Bloody credits!
There will always be another.
Is that a good or bad thing? Bad.
Rule change. We're gonna.
You don't actually have a rule change, do you?
Shut up. Just watch the next movie.
Nobody wants that.
Okay, so for me, this movie opened with a bunch of trailers for movies made by YouTubers, so instantly I felt like a loser. Like, talk about a fatality to my ego. Like, my ego got its spine ripped out its ass before we even began. Why do they get to make movies? Just because they're way more popular and talented? That shouldn't be the only reason.
It's weird.
The movie itself opens in some kind of temple where a tween katana cave girl is handed some kind of bauble that's supposedly from Lord Raiden, who is always listening. If she ever needs help, she's probably like fondle Raiden's baubles. I don't know, it's not really clear.
You have been chosen
To play with my balls.
It's given to her by her dad, who is like, hey, by the way, strength, oh, it's not a closed fist. It's actually in your heart, or like maybe it's in your conscience, or maybe it only manifests when you share your nerd's gummy clusters with your dad if he begs for a bite, or maybe it's one of these other, you know, hippie bullshitisms. The point is, if daddy gets his ass kicked in 10 minutes, that doesn't mean he's not strong, okay?
The thing called Mortal Kombat is about...
It's not about how hard you run.
Love. There's a guy with a skeleton mask.
Yeah, but he's not that strong, not really. Then Daddy walks outside and immediately proves, yeah, no, actually maybe there is some strength in a closed fist, because Shao Kahn, who I assume is the Emperor of Outworld in the reboot, although I don't remember them explicitly saying that, he instantly kills Daddy. Ironically, by cutting off his hands, meaning that Daddy couldn't even make a closed fist if he tried. He's like, there's no strength here, but also there's not really much of anything. Then Shao Kahn is like, okay, well, that was the 10th straight generational victory by Outworld over Edenia here, and so Gamora, I mean Katana, you're now my new daughter because I've always wanted a child, but I didn't want to do the requisite yucky sex part. Ew! My strength is in a closed fist, not in an open come hither motion.
Whoa!
How are you doing that?
Except then, of course, Raiden, who is always listening, shows up and he electrocutes all the bad guys and he frees Katana and her realm from tyranny. Just kidding, none of that happens.
The time has long passed.
I'm worried that Daddy didn't know shit about shit. Probably should have known he was a goober when they announced him as King Jared the Fresh. This will protect you. The gods will come to your aid, and strength is not in fighting. Just kidding, strength is totally in fighting. Raiden's not coming. I don't know why I said all this stuff. I probably should have picked my final advice a little more judiciously. I don't think my dad knew anything. Oh, by the way, it's explained at some point that Shao Kahn wanted to conquer all the realms, which, hey, what the hell are realms? Are they other planets, other galaxies, other dimensions? Also, it's funny to call it Earth realm. I mean, that's a real pre-Galileo way of thinking about the universe. Unclear, but apparently Khan thinks of them as Pokemon, because my elder god does he crave catching them all. But the elder gods were like, hey,
that.
We don't want realms to just be conquered by whoever has the largest army. That would be unfair. So we're gonna take some cues from the NFL's salary cap and create the speed bumps of the Mortal Kombat tournament and the 10 straight wins thing and et cetera, and so forth and so on, perfectly balanced.
This whole thing should be.
They never really explain, but like, how does Shao Kahn live for 10 generations anyway?
I know, but yeah, I don't know.
Cut to, I assume, present day, and a grown-up Katana fights some chick named Jade in the woods. But it's like a friendly fight, like a spar? Do you call that kind of thing a spar? I don't know. But initially it seems like Jade will win, but then Katana beats the crap out of Jade using only her hair ribbon. Because as she says, everything's a weapon.
You told me that everything was a cool way to kill people. Let's f***ing go.
Turns out Jade isn't just her special friend with beat the out of her benefits, she's also Katana's personal bodyguard. Because if there's one thing that I'm sure Katana here needs, it's to have her body guarded. She seems very incapable of defending herself. But she's in this year's Earth Realm tournament, so Jade gives her some kick-ass blade fans. In case she gets hot, because you know, Earth Realm can get really humid this time of year.
How hot is it?
Wait, how old is Katana in this movie? Because naturally, we're on the 10th Earth Realm Mortal Kombat tournament. But we were just at the 10th Edina tournament like 20-ish years ago. Do they do tournaments like concurrently? Like they only happen once a generation, right? And I'd say that Katana is roughly one generation older, but it seems odd to just line up all the Mortal Kombats in all the realms in the same-ish year. Maybe Outworld's true superpower is efficiency and planning. Shao Kahn does seem pretty similar to basically every CEO I've ever met. No time to ponder that though, because holy shit, Shang Tsung found a relic that heals any wound, but it can't be charged unless you can, I assume, literally pull down a star from heaven or harness the power of a god. And I think that's what happened to our stupid riding lawnmower. Like it's been dead in my front lawn for like a week now, and usually I can jump it with a portable battery, but it's not working. So I guess next I'm gonna have to introduce the battery to a star that my dog pulled down from heaven last week, or I'm gonna pray to Zeus and hope that he blasts it. With lightning, to be clear. You can never be too careful with Zeus. He blasts a lot of stuff, not just lightning. But I don't need that kind of blast, I don't think. Unless, is his juice magical? Could it start my lawnmower? We're looking for pretty much any alternative energy source. They closed the strait.
It's time to come. I know you're trying to do the right thing. I understand.
Anyway, the tournament is like so soon. An Earth team is now short a champion because Hat Guy, he got sucked to death, if you, unlike me, remember. But so to replace Hat Guy, I guess it's been decided they're gonna use this guy, Johnny Cage, who, as I said earlier, is primarily an actor.
I'm an actor.
I just said that.
More specifically, an old actor who was big in the 90s and who mostly does conventions now. But at some point they say he has 5 black belts, which that's a lot of black belts, because like 1 black belt, whatever, like we all have 1 black belt, 2 black belts, okay, but 5? I mean, as far as I can tell, nobody uses any fight disciplines. Like a couple of them, their whole thing is like hammers or like strong arms, but some of them it's like a hat that flies. What is a black belt in jiu-jitsu gonna do against a flying blade hat or a fire dragon?
Unless the other gods think special effects are real.
Maybe they literally, they're like, did you ever see Galaxy Quest? They showed up and they were like, we have seen the documentaries of you throwing things at women with rocket launchers and you gotta fight for Earthrealm. And he's like, that was fake. And they're like, I don't.
What do you mean fake?
That doesn't make any sense. You have to fight. That's how they're recruiting everyone. He just was the highest profile fighter they were aware of.
I got a Saturn Award for best fight in a feature film.
We need your help.
Raiden and Sonya approach Cage in the parking garage and they're like, you gotta fight in our tournament for the fate of all Earth.
You have been chosen to fight.
But Cage, understandably, is like, no thank you, I'm too sarcastic.
I really don't feel comfortable hitting a girl.
But then Raiden shows off his lightning powers right here in the parking garage in front of God, which is to say him, and everybody, which is to say Johnny Cage and Sonya. And this actually brings up an interesting question, which is how come nobody on Earth seems to know about the Mortal Kombat tournament except literally the 5 humans tasked with defending the whole damn planet? There's no reason to keep it a secret, right? Wouldn't we want humanity to know the stakes and that there is a god that literally none of us have ever heard of? We all got it wrong? It's just some guy in a hat?
That's so much simpler.
I mean, there are no clear rules about what weapons or powers you're allowed to have. So we should really bring in at least the US military, but probably other militaries as well, and be like, okay, let's get some body armor, let's get some AK-47s, like what are we talking? Jax is very strong, but imagine if Jax was very strong and he had a bazooka.
I'm sorry, can I pause for a second?
But Johnny is wowed by the magic lightning.
How are you doing that?
I don't know what any of this is, and I'm scared.
And agrees to go to Raiden's Sky Temple, because the dude apparently has more than one temple, and he is not excited about Mom Donnie's new tax proposals. He's like, we gotta get that communist out of there. His loft temple in New York is destroying him financially.
This is an annual fee on luxury properties worth more than $5 million, whose owners do not live full-time in the city.
This is a war for the fate of your world.
But Johnny meets the rest of the gang and mostly just tries to point out plot holes about the rules apparently allowing for murder between official tournament bouts, but he's countered with,
It's called Mortal Kombat for a reason.
which is exactly like saying, it's okay to set the other chefs on fire because it's called Hell's Kitchen. Very explicitly, that should not be a part of the tournament. Otherwise, Shao Kahn could use his bigger army to kill every single person on Earth and then claim that he won the tournament by default when no fighters show up, thereby doing the exact thing that the Elder Gods claim to have not wanted to happen. It's just a massive ass loophole, is my point.
Can't just go around killing people.
You get pulled over for driving 200 miles per hour on the highway and you're like, it's called NASCAR. Sure, that's NASCAR. This is unrelated.
This got nothing to do with me.
Even still, Johnny is taking all this insane bullshit mostly in stride, but also he wants no part in it because he's just an actor, as he says, and he's 90% sure he's had an aneurysm. But it apparently doesn't matter what he wants. He's been chosen, I guess, except doesn't Cage need a dragon mark? And can't you only get a dragon mark by either randomly being related to Scorpion or by killing somebody who already has the mark? Like, who has Kung Lao that is Hat Guy's mark? He was technically KO'd by Shang Tsung, right? Does that mean Shang is now a default Earth Realm champion? Or did he just fully eliminate a mark from the tournament? Even more confusingly, Outworld sends a necromancer guy to raise Kung Lao from the dead. So is he still an Earth champion? Like, he appears to fight for Outworld now, but what? I thought marks mattered, but now they don't, I guess? It's like a big part of the last movie. And speaking further to the matter of the marks, they also raised Kano from the dead because he actually stole the important relic / amulet at some point, and they need to find it. Oh my God, it's in his damn pocket. They didn't think to check his pockets. They instead raised him from the dead. That was easier than giving him a quick frisk. Also, hey, does that mean that Sonya should lose her mark? I mean, Kano's no longer technically dead. Obviously, that's not what happens, but it feels like we're ignoring what was an extremely important element of the last movie. Maybe the Elder Gods are like, maybe we made some mistakes with the system. We were about to send a sex trafficker and a racist, and maybe we needed a better system. Doesn't matter anyway, of course, because, oh my God, look at the time. The tournament has begun with zero fanfare and no warning.
Let's go.
Sonya and unwilling and unaware Johnny Cage get blasted off to fight the first round in completely empty, unobserved arenas. Again, it is insane that the fate of the realm is on the line and there's absolutely zero ceremony or pomp or display or any other such synonym. At least the ass original movie had everybody go to some cool secret fight island and enjoy a feast with a bunch of shirtless buff boys for entertainment. Also, every real fight in that movie had an audience at least. Here it's just like, yeah, it's begun. So, fight, I guess, but like, please hurry. We are not validating parking, okay? So we're hoping you get in and out in under 2 hours. You had a generation to plan. Like, you didn't even think to sell any tickets? Could they not spring for even one guy to sell hot dogs? This is an extremely poorly organized event. They need some of that Outworld C-suite magic. Any movie about a tournament, it's a big deal. Here, it's only big because they've told us it sucks if you lose. But there's nothing about the thing itself that's even remotely compelling. Nobody cares about it. If Remember the Titans, not a single person was in the stands for any game. It's almost like a really boring divorce case. Like a legal matter that we have to like sort of resolve.
It's imagine like Roman gladiators. They just go, they just do it off to the side on their own.
We just want to let you all know that Russell Crowe won. He will be advancing. Russell Crowe actually defied an emperor, in secret, of course, in their special secret little bathroom-sized arena.
It was really cool. There were spikes on the ground, but no.
Honestly, I'm just glad it's over. It took like my whole Saturday.
It's showtime.
It wasn't.
Whatever. Kitana fights Cage, and unsurprisingly, he sucks. Not only at fighting, but also at quipping. He literally says some variation of like, whoa, wow, let's talk about this, multiple times during the fight.
Let's just take a time out here and talk about it. What? Come on, let's talk about this.
He also barely fights at all, considering how much clear, obvious CG is used for this scene. But whatever, at least Kitana doesn't finish him when she wins. 1 point out, world. And to be clear, the rules are that each side gets 5 people, and whoever loses all 5 people first loses the tournament.
Whoa!
That makes sense.
Again, not a very flashy or sexy format, nor a particularly lengthy one. Seems like this tournament, kind of like this movie, is just an obligation that everybody's trying to get off their plates as quickly as possible. Anyway, elsewhere, Sonya fights Kitana's mom,
Sindel,
who is undead now, I guess, and they both kind of blast their powers at each other for a bit. Sonya's laser forearms and Mommy's power scream, until eventually Sonya blasts through Mommy's body and her head is impaled on a floor spike. So yay, 1 point for Earthrealm, we did it. Again, they fought in like a box.
They basically yelled and shot lasers at each other until one of them died.
I suppose they're good fighters, but if they didn't have freaky screams and laser fists, there wouldn't have been much of a fight. Do the bad guys also get Arcana? Why does she have like a scream that melts flesh?
Oh my God, you just made Nola!
Hey, there is at least one bright spot. Kano's a lot funnier this time around, and his beard is a lot bigger, and he's easily the most watchable part of this entire series.
Are you shitting me?
Oh, and yay, the necromancer guy grows him a new eyeball, because I guess he lost his old metal one when he died. I don't really remember, but now he has a new eyeball. So like everything else, it really didn't matter either way, and the issue was resolved nearly instantly and with minimal effort. Kitana heads to a secret jungle cave where she's hidden her Raiden bauble, and she uses it to travel to Raiden's temple to be like, hey guys, just want to let you know, I'm secretly a double agent, have been for a long time. I'm sorry that I beat your ass, Cage.
Whoa, come on.
Anyway, I just wanted to say hello. And also, I get that you're gonna probably kill my bodyguard, Jade, but I appreciate if you at least made it quick when you killed her. She's like my best friend in the whole world. Just slit her throat so fast. Anyway, thank you, bye.
Remember, if you fail, the earth fails with you.
Speak of the devil, Jade learns of Kitana's betrayal and is like, oh, why? Just because Shao Kahn killed your dad and made himself your new dad and made your mom a zombie and subjugated the entirety of your realm? Like, help me to understand how you could betray your super cool stepdad like this. I don't get it. We're like sisters. It's like I don't even know you.
I feel like that would have been a good moment for those two to have a fight scene. That was like the perfect layup.
I would rather they fight just for no stakes. Anytime that presumably there could be a fight that would have some kind of emotional weight to it. I mean, I guess they do one at the end, but it's mostly like completely unrelated characters who have never met. Sonya doesn't know Kitana's mom. They just have to kill each other because they have to kill each other. Cage doesn't know Kitana. They're just like random people beating each other up.
Where this was like, oh, there's emotion here and stuff, and we've seen them like spar before, and it's like they betrayed. It's like,
not only are we not going to fight, I'm just going to randomly arrest you later.
I would put it a bookmark in this one.
I'm gonna really stew on this and maybe act at some point. But I think there's a couple other things you need to do first. I honestly can't remember. I wish we hadn't put this scene right here. This scene literally adds nothing. You could take all of this dialogue and put it right before she's arrested. Well, I'm gonna arrest you, but it's gonna take me like 4 days to get the cops. I don't wanna fight you. You'd beat me.
We have 3 guys with spears, and I don't know where they are right now.
Yeah, I lost them. These jungle woods, they're thick. It doesn't matter. Next round, this time we need 3 fighters each because the first round was 2 fighters each, and there are 5 total fighters each. So now there's 3 fighters each left because we already did the 2 fighters each. It's simple tournament math. No, we couldn't do all 5 matches at once. No, we couldn't do them one at a time. Like, what are you, stupid? The only thing that makes sense is you do 2 fights and then 3 fights. Anything else would be an affront to the gods. Maybe, probably. I don't know.
Damn.
Oh, except holy shit, as Cole, Jax, and Kang are sucked off to their tourney bouts, undead Kun Lao appears and slices Raiden's throat with a hat he must have thrown like 15 minutes earlier. Hey, what are you guys up to? What are you doing? Hey, have you guys seen my hat?
I threw that before I walked in the room.
The point is, there was a lot discussed before his hat busted in through the far wall. Also, Shang Tsung shows up and he sucks a bunch of Raiden's shit into the amulet, only to begrudgingly hand the dang thing over to Boss Daddy Shao Kahn. It seems like there's like political intrigue problems between Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung, but it really doesn't go anywhere.
That would have been super interesting.
No. Wrong. Damn. Cole then has to fight Shao Kahn, and even though he's able to do a little bit of damage, Khan's got that new ability to self-heal thanks to the amulet thing, and so he just fully caves in Cole's skull with a hammer. Could your magic armor cover your head? It absorbs everything, unless you hit me in the face. Ow! Well, Rip, the worst character ever. You never won a single fight by yourself. Incredible. A little help?
No, I don't think I will.
And then Jax fights Jade and defeats her relatively easily, but he doesn't kill her because really there's no reason to. It's not like it's called the Mortal Kombat for a reason. Otherwise, Jax would have definitely shoved his metal arm down her throat until it popped out of her butthole. On some random stage, floating through time and space and dimensions and dreams, Kang and Lao fight. And at some point, Kang's like, I'm sad because you were/are dead. And Lao's like, shut up, I hate you now. And so they fight for a long time while the hat just whips around the stage like a pesky horsefly that they must occasionally sidestep or duck to avoid. It doesn't really do much. I mean, they have to catch it or shoot it with fire sometimes, but it's mostly just like a stage element.
That was my favorite fight in the movie, honestly.
And it's one of the only fights to the point that had any stakes at all. Kang, by the way, is scary ripped now. Like Zac Efron back when he had exercise bulimia ripped.
Game recognizes game.
And to be fair, he hasn't had a feature film role since the last movie 5 years ago, so I guess he's had all the time in the realm to do push-ups and not drink water. The fight ends when Kang allows himself to get punched, but as he flies backward, he grabs Lao and uses his momentum to skewer Lao's ass on his own damn spinning table saw hat. But don't feel too sad for Lao because A, he was already kind of dead, I think, and B, he was being a mean traitor, and C, Kang says he's gonna bring him back somehow, and D, all of this is stupid bullshit. So if you felt anything during this scene, you deserve to get wedgied right in the theater, which is exactly what I did today. To further this point of nothing really mattering, Sub-Zero,
I am reborn.
Great, yeah. He's randomly raised from hell or whatever. You know, the place where Scorpion was raised from the last movie. Nobody actually dies in these movies, is my point. Dave's sore butt crack is absolutely justified.
Sorry.
But okay, now that round is over, I guess, and Kitana bobbles her way back to Raiden's temple to be like, okay, so we really gotta destroy that amulet before Raiden fully dies and it gets fully powered, but the only way into the Outworld Castle, where it is housed, I guess, is via a tunnel. And that tunnel, oh my god, it can only be accessed by a Tarkatan?
Tarkatan?
By a Tauntaun.
I find you annoying.
Me. Well, thanks for that information, Kitana. Your ass is arrested. Ah, full circle. Took Jade a little while to get a warrant, but she did. And then Kitana's tied up, and let me tell you, Dave was unruly. We almost got kicked out of the theater because he wouldn't stop squealing like a pig and rolling around in the popcorn. Eventually, he settled down long enough for me to hear Jade tell Kitana that she should probably tell her stepdad that she's super starry so Shao Kahn won't flatten her into a coal-ass crepe. She refuses, though. Or at least, I assume she did. At that moment, Dave threw his underwear at the screen, and they needed to pause the movie for a bit until they could taser him back into his seat. Dave, come on. You're embarrassing me in front of my Alamo Drafthouse friends.
How did your underwear stick to the screen?
Eventually, things got going again, and Jax, Sonya, Cage, and Kang head to friggin' Turk realm. They go to recruit someone to help them through those tunnels. And I'll just say, wherever this realm is, it is gross. Everybody's got big, weird, toothy mouths, and there are bones lying around like everywhere. Why do they have so many bones?
In our world, bones equal dollars.
I don't know, but the Turkish leader, Baraka, Obama, is like, I don't want to help you guys. Sorry. So, roll credits. Man, I can't wait for Mortal Kombat 3. What are they gonna think of next? Just kidding. Similarly, Big Mouth Cage is like, well, hey, Liu Kang, he's a good fighter. You should fight him instead of being a wussy. And Baraka is like, okay, I'll fight you big dumb idiot. And Cage is like, whoa, wowzers, we should talk about this. Let's talk about this. Jeepers, don't hit me in the face. Waka waka.
Not the penises.
It's a very fun fight. But after hiding and running in circles doesn't work, Cage throws on his shades and flips a bird, and he says his signature catchphrase, which is, it's showtime, bitch. And then, well, he punches the guy in the dick. It's thrilling stuff. Obama. Baraka is into it though, so he's like, okay, I guess I'll help you guys kill exactly 3 dudes in the tunnels. Is the problem that the tunnels are difficult to navigate or something? Because I think they could have killed 3 random guards. I don't know, but this is where Baraka must leave them. Okay, guys, let's split up. Destroy the amulet on 3. Liu Kang's like, okay, stealthy, Misa Sam Fisher. Shit. Shao Kahn instantly discovers him, but also the amulet's like right there, so the 2 of them fight for a bit until Jack shows up and he fights for a bit, and then Sonya and Cage show up and they fight for a bit, but then Sub-Zero shows up and fights for a bit before grabbing the amulet and disappearing. And then Shao Kahn stabs Jax to death. Damn. So overall, probably not our most effective mission. Probably not the best use of our break between bouts. Probably should have eaten some Kind bars and hopped in the hot tub or something. And also, I hesitate to say that this whole encounter should be against the rules, but seems like it should. Look, he got that amulet fair and square. Are you allowed to steal each other's amulets? I don't know. The implication here is that Shao Kahn is actually not that tough a guy. They have to break his magic toughness. He's not really scary, but he has an amulet.
Got a Game Shark.
He's got hacks in his controllers. Except wait, then Kano shows up. And, well, he fights for a bit, obviously, killing 3 Outworld guards of his own. And then he indicates he wants to switch sides because, you know, again, like I keep saying, Earth Realm has Wendy's and Disneyland. And Outworld just has like one broken down ass Arby's.
When you see Wendy's square hamburger, you know you're getting the best. Guess who else knows that?
Let's go. So in a show of good faith, Kano swallows a Baconator in a single gulp and explains that Sub-Zero has taken the amulet to NetherRealm. And initially everybody checks their crotch to make sure that Sub-Zero with an amulet isn't down there somewhere. But Kano explains, no, like NetherRealm is basically hell. Nether Regions is a different, hairier place.
NetherRealm itself was...
That's gonna be in Mortal Kombat 3. They're gonna go fight in the Nether regions. And you know who's gonna be the best there? Johnny Cage, because he does nothing but punch kick. But the point is that NetherRealm is where everybody keeps going when they die, and that's where we need to go, even though we're alive. Because again, the difference between alive and dead in this series, it's pretty minimal. And Raiden, who himself isn't full dead, is like, okay, I can blast your asses to hell, but I won't be able to blast your asses back to, I guess, Earth Realm. The point is you gotta destroy the amulet. That'll give me more ass blasting power. And Cage is like, oh, that's fine, because my character arc is like, I wanna help now and I wanna suck less, and this gives me purpose again. And Raiden's like, tight. Well, hell is super confusing. There are like at least 9 levels. It's a real labyrinth design in there. So who do Kano and Cage need to enlist? Get over here! But Hanzo, the Scorpion Man. I forgot he went back to hell, but he did. And his part of hell, though, is actually super zen because he has the power to do that, I guess. But then they explain their quest, and that zen shit melts away so fast. The peaches that were so good 2 seconds ago, they now taste like ass. Because it's time to fight. It's not time to suck peach. That's actually the tagline of the movie. I don't know if you noticed that on the poster. Again, they're not gonna fight at the actual tournament. The actual Mortal Kombat tournament is stupid and lame. So we try to spend as little time there in these movies as possible. I hate it. I hate that I'm making Mortal Kombat movies. I want to do literally anything except do the Mortal Kombat tournament. Yuck. But, okay, fine, I guess it's in the name. So while the hell battle happens, we'll summon Kang and Sonya to battle Khan, and I think technically also tied up Kitana, because I guess the final battle is a 2-on-2?
Just 2 more deaths, and then Earth Realm belongs to me.
I mean, obviously it goes 2 1v1s, then 3 1v1s, then a couple people get murdered in the Olympic Village between battles, and then we will close on a final 2v2. I mean, it's what we've always done. It's tradition.
The sequence here is sort of going back and forth between the 2 fights.
In hell, it turns out Sub-Zero can sort of split into 2. I guess the other one is Sub-Zero. He's like so much less than 0, like impossibly less than 0. And also he can teleport sometimes. So the 3 of them are fighting the 2 of him. And boy, does this fight, like every fight in this movie, look weightless and like ass. Sub-Zero is literally Joe Taslim, who has been in literally some of the most insanely awesome fights ever put to film, but he's barely even in this scene, as he's been almost fully replaced by some sweaty nerd with a computer. Oh my God, I get it. That's actually a nod to the games. Sub-Zero isn't real. Sweaty, shirtless Dave playing as Sub-Zero is real. Wow, that's actually very cool. Eventually, Cage snags the amulet, but, well, he didn't know how to destroy it, so.
1 ring to rule them all, 1 ring to go yourself.
I guess let's cut back to the fate of the damned galaxy. Sonya gets knocked out of the fight pretty much immediately, and then Kang is killed by Khan, but he tries to salvage it by being like, no, this is exactly what I wanted to happen because I want to go save Kung Lao, and this is the way to do it. You actually played right into my fiery hands. I actually wanted this, like what you did. I wanted that. I'm like pretty much Jesus because of how much I felt like I needed to die, and because in dying, I get to go save my friends. And I get that he wants to go get his bud, but maybe we should protect Earth first. Also, Raiden can send you to hell. You don't have to die. I don't think you need to sacrifice Earth to get down there, okay? Even if you get him now, what are you gonna bring him back to? And I get that in reality, Kang's just trying to save face after getting his ass walloped, but it's not very convincing.
Together.
But wait, oh my God, Sonya blasts Kitana free from her constraints and she exploits a very underutilized rule loophole where she says, never mind, I'm actually Earth Realm now, which technically means even though the 5 Earth fighters have all lost, they're allowed to just swap in and out world champion because look, those are the rules. Do you not know the rules? Similarly, Jade also switches sides because I tell you what, women in these movies, they aren't loyal at all. This series is mostly about disloyal ladies.
Let's go, baby.
Jade then shows up in hell with a much greener staff than previously, and altogether she and Hanzo and Cage three-way blast Sub-Zero with magic until Cage, who previously hadn't found his Arcana, is like,
You wanna know my power?
nothing. And then he like turns green and he kicks the amulet to death. So I still don't actually know what your power is. He says it like he's about to reveal that it's the power of friendship or that he can shit bats or something, but nah, he turns green and he can kick. I mean, he's always been able to kick. We don't even really know how powerful it is because we don't know how hard it is to kick an amulet to death. But that's all the kicking of the amulet is all that Raiden needs to come fully back to life and beat up Shang Tsung, who was like sneaking up on his weakened ass. And this also gives Kitana the opening she needs to cut her stepdad's head into like so many pieces. Interestingly, this part of the tournament was attended by a bunch of slaves from Kitana's former realm, and they're all like, oh, hail Queen Kitana, but she's not their queen, right? They're still under Outworld rule. They still lost their tournaments. This tournament wasn't even about them. Kitana explicitly said, today I fight for Earth Realm. Like I always say to the slaves in Dave's basement, I'm sorry guys, you're still slaves. Okay, I'm really busy. I don't have time to be freeing everybody every time I come down there.
All right, I'm trying to understand this. I think my guess is, okay, Kitana is now the queen of Outworld, right? She was the princess of Outworld, even though she's not like related to Shao Kahn, and we don't know how their succession rules work. So I guess you could theoretically make the argument that she's now the queen of Edenia because they've been conquered by Outworld, which she is now the queen of. But it feels like legally Edenia couldn't separate off on its own. So is Outworld now good? Obviously, as with everything, I don't know.
But yay, Earth is saved for at least 9 more generations, which is hopefully how long they'll wait before making another one of these damn movies. Cage goes and trains the turkey bone people how to fight because they like really respect the way that he punched their king in the dick. But then the whole gang shows up and is like, okay, so I guess for the next movie, we're all gonna travel to hell to save all our dead hero friends. And it's gonna be super fun because the only way that we can think to manifest hell is gonna be green screen. So it's gonna be ass to ass green screen. It's gonna be sick. We don't even need to hire any of you anymore because you didn't notice in your contracts, you signed, I'm willing to give my likeness to the AI gods who are gonna make the next movie.
Just gonna prompt our way through this next movie.
Cage goes, pew, pew, pew. Can't we talk about this? But also, look, we've brought the Necromancer guy to help out, and Cage is like, that definitely sounds more interesting than another Mortal Kombat tournament. Ew! I am hoping they don't make that anytime soon, though, because this video is gonna be obsolete again. But knowing my luck, it's gonna come out tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Now I will fatality your butt.
I think I need to read more.
Zeus was hot and loose with his juice.
That's what they say. That's every myth begins that way, because, you know, they were all poets. Once again, Zeus was hot and loose with his juice.